Hey, this is Chan for Difference of Skill, bringing you a deck profile on ZX once again, and I will be trying to get more match videos updated, so guys stay tuned. This is a new deck that I made a while back, like I finally got the cards for it, and it's a mono green deck, so this is my partner, or player card, Soma Kinbuchi, or I think that's what his name is. Um, and yeah, I was hoping that wasn't a guy, but I need this character card. Alright. This deck is a powerful mono green deck. It is basically the counter to other green decks, which is hilarious. Because if you are playing green, you counter other people playing green. So technically, green is not good against green. I don't know. So yeah, moving right on to the deck profile, let's start with the low costing cards. I'm playing 4 Voidbringers. Unfortunately, these Voidbringers are not Hourai trait, so they are just kind of just Voidbringers. I mean, they look like Hourai, but then whatever. I think Hourai might be getting a Voidbringer, but if not, whatever. And if they don't get new Voidbringers, I'm going to use the new vanilla they have for Hourai. So for now, playing 4 of those. Okay. Oh, someone messed this up. Okay, whatever. This is my starter. Shape shifting something 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 something. Anyways, he's my start card. If he's in the charge zone, I can pay 1 green and add 2,000 to something. Now this card's ability is okay. It's mainly used because it's a Hourai starter card, and you can use it to combo off the other cards. So playing 4 heal triggers, because there's no downside to playing heal triggers, so might as well play 4. These are also Hourai trait, so it gains the bonus of the deck, because I need, it's a Hourai deck. But it doesn't really feel like it sometimes, so yeah, this card's pretty good. Generally, 3 cost 5k vanillas are pretty good, so. 2 Return to Earth. Your typical 3 cost removal spell. Target 1 4 cost or lower ZX and send it to the resource in sleep. So send a card to their mana in rest if you want to put it that way. But I'm going to try to use as much of this terminology as I can. So it's a pretty good card. 2 Halberd Strikes. This card selects the highest attack ZX that your opponent controls and sends it to the resource in sleep. If your opponent has 2 cards of the same power, you get to choose. So, it's better than Good Night because, in a way, it's better than Good Night because it's only 3 cost instead of 4, so you can tap out a bit more for it. But anywho, for this Ninja Vanilla, he is also Hourai. So once again, just more and more 5 cost 3 3k 3 cost 5k vanillas. Yeah, they're always useful to have. So running 4 of him. One Iris's Meditation, I think that's what it's called, but I'm not sure. This card is, when you play it, you may add 2 cards from a resource back to your hand. Now, this is good when you flood out on your mana, like if your opponent keeps resourcing your cards, or you constantly playing cards in your mana for no apparent reason, then you can play this card and get 2 cards back that you need. It's pretty good. I only use 1 because it's primarily used in the mirror match, so I only play 1. 2 of the Sickle guy. I don't know what his name is. He is 4.5k Hourai, and he gains 2k when you have him on the field. He is the king of the beasts, Were-Lion. Yeah. And yeah, they make the picture. It's pretty cool. When this card is on the field, and this card gains 2k. So this card's on the field, this card gains 2k. So they're both 6.5. Overall, it's an okay combo. I've seen better, but it's decent because he's Hourai. But I'll probably just change these out for vanilla sometime sooner or later. 4 Good Night. Why would you not play 4 Good Night? Undoubtedly the best removal spell in the game. You can send a card to resource, and then they'll they'll never get it back unless they're playing green, and sometimes they might not even be able to get it back because there's only a very limited amount of cards that can actually get cards out of your resource. So definitely playing 4. And for those of you who don't know what this card does, when you play it, you can select one of your opponent's ZX and put it into the resource and sleep. There's no condition to the effect. 2, Few is always energetic. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? This card is basically a mana ramp card. It's an ignition trait event, so it's not too bad. If you draw it, you want to use it at 9 mana because its effect is when you play this card, you can take the top card of your deck and add it to your resource and sleep. And then if you have 10 or more resource, you may add the top card of your deck into your resource as sleep. So basically when you're at 9 mana, you activate this, you play a card into your mana zone from the top of your deck, and then since you have 10 now, you meet the requirements for the second effect, which allows you to get 1 more. So this card's okay. That's why this card, since it's a blind mana, you can use the meditation card to get the cards back that you actually needed. So yeah, for those of you who want to look at pretty pictures, here's a pretty picture. 4, Bamboo Fan Guy. Yeah, I don't know his name. It's like breaking something something bamboo fan, or I don't know. This card's very good. It's a very powerful 4-drop. It lets you tap a Hourai trait to let it gain 3k, and this ability can only be used on your opponent's turn. So when you have this out and they attack it, you can tap and then you give it 3k, so it becomes a 9k, and that's pretty hard to get rid of. So this card is very good, and it's unlimited amount of uses per turn. So if you had a whole field, you can tap all of it, give it like a bajillion power, and nothing will ever kill it by battle. So yeah, it's a very good card. One of this random bathing elf person here. I'll give you guys a close up because I'm sure you all want to see this. Yeah, this card is a 5 cost. 5 cost. When this card dies, it goes. You may put into your resource. I put it in this deck as a filler card. Generally, I'll never use this. I'll probably just put it into my mana whenever I draw it. It's just there because it looks nice. I mean, I think each deck should have a card that you want to put in your mana because it looks nice. So you always get to look at it when you have nothing to do. 3, Graceful Naginata Iris. Very good card. 5 cost, 7.5. That's only 500 under average. And her ability is technically a downside. I don't know. I think Broccoli didn't understand. But then her ability is when this card comes into play, you may add a card from your resource back to your hand. So this is a very powerful ability, and I'll show you guys why. I'll put this on the side. But as on paper, it already sounds very good. So. 4 of this Hourai Archer person. She gives 1k to all Hourai globally, so your cards just get really big, and it's hard to deal with them when there's a card in front of you trying to kill you and you deal with both of them. So this card is generally very safe when you put it like near your player square in the back, and then you have a strong card in the front threatening them for a game, so then they can't actually deal with this and that, so it's very good. And it's on a solid 6.5, so it's not too bad. If it was any more, it'd be too good. 3, Allure of the seven branch sword, Genkako. Yeah, I know, right? I'm so bad at these names. I pulled 2 more, so I'm definitely using this many. This card is very good. Gains 1,000 for every 2 mana you have. So very late in the game, this card becomes like a monster, 15k for 5 cost. And then if you have multiples, you can play multiples. And it's very important that it's 5 cost. I'll put this also here. And also put this here. 2 Vajra of Nobility. I have no idea why it's called that. This card is a 9k 6 cost Hourai. When you play it, you can select a Hourai from your charge and add it into your mana. This makes it so like when you're in the later stages of the game, when you don't probably have too many ignitions left, you can simply just add it to your mana. So it's pretty good. The more mana you have, the better, because of cards like the Allure of the Seven Branch Sword, Genkako. It just gets stronger and stronger, and you know, sometimes if they don't have a removal spell, they just can't deal with it. So pretty good. 3 of this guy. We call him Caius, the Shadow Monarch. We don't say the Shadow Monarch part, but he's basically Caius. 7 cost, 7k. when this card comes into play, you may select one of your opponent's ZX and exile it, or put into their mana in rest. So send to resource in rest, or in sleep. This card is very good. 7 cost is heavy, but essentially he gets something done when you play him. So even if they removal spell him after, he got hit what is worth it. He's basically Caius. I mean, there's not much to say. Finally, the boss card, Maiden of the Forest Few. Here, I'll put this up here while I read, or I'll explain her effect. She has an 8 cost, 9.5, and her ability is when this card appears and you have Soma Kenbuchi as your player card, which I do. So they go together. You can select one card in your resource that's 6 cost or less and put it into play in sleep. Alright, so what does that mean, Chan, for those of you who have no idea? Okay, so let's say your mana has, I don't know, this card, or this card, or this card. And let's say this is the rest of your mana, which is very possible. I mean, in green, this much mana is very possible. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. In fact, that's very little. Here's 13 mana. So let's say you play this card. You play it, where to go? Play this card, then you rest 8. Now, it's important to sleep the card, or use the card for mana that you were going to want to revive. So say you want this card back. You want this card back. So you rest this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you may play it out of your resource in sleep. And then now you've successfully played, a 12k attacker for free. This card is just very good. That's really all there is to it. Or if you wanted, you can say if there's a spell in here that you want, or there's this guy that you want to play, but you can't get him because he's 6 cost, or maybe there's this spell you want to play, but you can't get it because it's a spell. You can play this card, tap all your mana. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you can revive your Graceful Naginata, activate her effect to return this card back to your hand. Or maybe if you wanted the event, you can return the event back to your hand and then use it later. Then in fact you can use it right now. Then you can tap 3 and use it. So this card has a lot of good uses. Comboing with this card, very good. Also, most popular is when you play it and you revive an archer in this back, giving global 1000 to all your Hourai. Unfortunately, Fiyu is not a Hourai, she is a lycanthrope. QQ, but, that has its own merits. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a very good card, I mean, super solid card. The only reason why I didn't play it before was because I was playing, Chitosai Aoba or something as my partner, and I could use Rindo, but I figured out that since I have more of these now, I might as well play her instead of Rindo, because Rindo's not very good, and I also got more of her, so it's basically just better than Rindo in general. So this card is very good. Definitely a very good card. When you play this card, you get Graceful Naginata Iris, get another card that's a solid +2 you got there, and it's all controlled too, so very good. So yeah, this is my new mono green deck. It is very powerful, very powerful. Key card of the deck is Miss Fiyu here, very cute, very cheerful, always energetic, so to speak. Haha, get it? Because I have the card, never mind. Okay, so this is Chan for Drifts and Skill, bringing you the deck profile. I will record some matches with this. My mono white deck is almost near completion, so stay tuned for that. I just need to get some trial deck cards, and my deck will be done. So, yeah. The next deck I'm working on is a blue deck with, I'll give you guys a sneak peek, I guess, with a certain card that people might want, yes. So yeah, that'll be in my blue deck later on. So yeah, stay tuned guys for more stuff, and I am selling cards. I do have a lot of cards, but that'll come in a new video. So for now guys, bye!